You ever have that one neighbor who thinks the world's her personal vending machine and you're the coin slot? Mine's named Marlene, of course. Now, to clarify, her name's not just some nickname. It's Marlene Holt, the self-crowned queen of the cul-de-sac, wielding HOA rules like they're carved in stone and treating my yard like her backyard. As chair of the Pinebrook Meadows HOA, she's got the whole neighborhood on a leash. Let me set the scene. I live in a modest 2-story duplex at the edge of our little community. Nothing fancy, just me, my tools, a garage full of half-finished projects, and recently, one shiny level 2 EV charger I installed next to my front steps. It's wired to my meter, tucked behind a low hedge for my plug-in hybrid, Sparky. Clean, efficient, mine. Enter Marlene. She drives a Tesla Model Y, pearl white, plate, screaming, Ikochik. Because naturally. At first, her car crept too close to my hedge. Then her cable snaked around it. One morning, coffee in hand on my porch, I watched, jaw dropped, as her Tesla hummed to life, plugged into my charger. No knock, no note. It was audacity in broad daylight, like catching a fox raiding your fridge. I marched over. Marlene, you using my charger? It's private, you know. She blinked, acrylic nails waving me off like I was a pesky fly. Oh, honey, we're neighbors. Sharing's community spirit, right? Her smile was all teeth, HOA chair vibes dripping. I stayed calm, barely, explaining it's on my meter, not public. She gave a tight-lipped smirk, unplugged with a maybe put up a sign, and strutted off, like I'd learned some grand lesson. I'm Lucas Reed, 38, an electrical engineer who'd rather fix circuits than fight neighbors. My duplex is my haven. Tools, coffee, quiet. Marlene, though? She's a storm in heels, 50s, running Pinebrook like her fiefdom. After that day, she plugged in again, nights, when she thought I was asleep. My motion cam caught her, sneaking like a raccoon in yoga pants, siphoning kilowatts. I taped a note to the charger. Private. Ask first. Her reply? A letter on my door, signed HOA Chair, scolding my unneighborly attitude, complete with a smiley face. Pure Marlene. The HOA, her throne, did zip. Personal dispute, they said, dodging like cowards. I was done asking. Marlene wasn't just stealing, she was taunting. Enter my buddy Clara, a tech whiz who builds gadgets for fun. I showed her the charger, laid out my plan. I want to switch, I said. Charge my car, drain hers. Clara's grin was wicked. Drain? Oh, Lucas, you're speaking my language. We rigged a hidden switch in my garage. One mode charged Sparky. The other tricked any car into thinking it was charging while feeding my backup battery. Not enough to kill a Tesla, just a slow nibble, untraceable. Clara added a fake charging LED for kicks. I slapped up a sign. Private charger. Unauthorized use may cause issues. Laminated, bold, Marlene proof. Or so I thought. 2 nights later, my cam pinged. Marlene, 10:45 p.m., smirking at the sign, plugging in. She sat in her Tesla, scrolling her phone, oblivious. I flipped the switch. Her battery became my juice, a quiet rebellion. By morning, she drove off, clueless, her range a tad shorter. I caught her later, squinting at her dashboard, confused. Victory, small but sweet. Then Clara dropped a bomb. She'd hacked Pinebrook's HOA server. Marlene wasn't just a pest. She was fining neighbors into submission, using her chair title to bully. A resident, Sam, had emailed her, begging for mercy on a $3,000 fine for unapproved shutters. She's not just after you, Clara said, eyes fierce. She's squeezing everyone. I gripped the sign, the game bigger now. Marlene thought she ruled us all, but I had her plug and her secrets. This wasn't about kilowatts anymore. It was war. Marlene Holt's Tesla didn't just sip my charger that one night. It was back 2 days later, cable snaking past my laminated sign like she was daring me to catch her. I flipped the drain switch from my garage, watching my backup battery hum with her kilowatts. But Clara's bombshell about Pinebrook Meadows' HOA server kept me up. Marlene wasn't just a power thief. She was a tyrant, squeezing neighbors dry with fines, her chair title a crown. She swung like a club. I leaned on my porch rail, Sparky's headlights glinting in the dusk, and knew this wasn't about my charger anymore. It was about breaking her grip. Clara rolled up that morning, her laptop glowing with hacked HOA files. "Lucas," she said, her ponytail bouncing, "Marlene's got a ledger. Fines, threats, even blackmail. Look." She spun the screen. Emails from Sam Torres, a neighbor, pleading to cancel a $3,000 shutter fine or lose his house. Marlene's reply was ice. "Comply or pay, Mr. Torres." My jaw tightened. Sam lived across the cul-de-sac, a quiet mechanic with a kid. I'd seen him wave, never complain. Now he was her prey. "She's not just bold," I said, cracking my knuckles. "She's a bully." Clara nodded, her eyes sharp. "There's more. Marlene's pitching an eco-upgrades plan to the board. Wants every house to install chargers. Guess who gets the contract?" "Let me guess. Her buddy?" I raised an eyebrow. "Yep. Green Wave Solutions, her cousin's firm." Clara smirked. "Your charger's a test. She's claiming it's community property to justify her fines." I laughed, bitter. She steals my juice, then calls it hers? Classic. We needed Sam. I knocked on his door that afternoon, Clara at my side. He opened it, wiry, late 40s, his face lined with worry. "Lucas, what's this about?" he asked, glancing at Marlene's house like she had spies. "Marlene," I said, low. "She's bleeding you dry, same as me. We've got proof." His eyes flicked to Clara's laptop, then back. "She'll ruin me. My kid's school fees. I can't fight her." "You're not alone," Clara cut in, voice firm. "She's doing this to everyone. Help us, Sam." He hesitated, then nodded. "She called me yesterday, said if I don't back her upgrades vote, she'll double my fine. Got a meeting tonight." I grinned. "Then we crash it." Pinebrook's HOA hall was a sterile box, Marlene's kingdom of clipboards and bad coffee. She stood at the podium, her red t-shirt screaming authority, pitching her eco-plan like a televangelist. "Chargers for all," she chirped, her smile plastic. "Mr. Reed's station proves it. Community sharing works." I strode in, Clara and Sam behind me, holding a USB with her emails. "Funny you mention my charger, Marlene," I said, voice carrying, "seeing as you've been stealing from it for weeks." The room, 24 neighbors, froze. Marlene's face twitched, her nails digging into the podium. "That's absurd, Lucas. You're disrupting." "Am I?" I tossed the USB to Sam, who plugged it into the projector. Her emails flashed up. Fines, threats, green wave deals. Gasps rippled. Sam stepped forward, voice shaky but clear. "She's fining me out of my home." "Who else?" A woman, Mrs. Patel, corner house, stood. "My fence got a $2,000 violation. I can't pay that." Others murmured, heads turning. Marlene slammed her gavel. "This is slander. Security." Clara raised her phone, streaming live to a neighbor chat. "Slander's on record now," she said, cool as ice. Sam's kid, watching from the back, clapped, and the room erupted, half cheering, half yelling at Marlene. She pointed at me, venom in her eyes. "You'll regret this, Reed." Security grabbed my arm, but Sam blocked them. "Let him go. We're done with her rules." We were pushed out, the hall chaos behind us. Clara checked her phone. Stream had 200 views already. But as we hit the lot, Sam whispered, "She's got my loan docs. Bank's hers. What now?" I gripped the USB, Marlene's threat echoing. She wasn't done, and her next move was coming. Fast, dirty, and personal. The HOA hall's chaos clung to me like dust as I walked out. Marlene Holt's threat, "You'll regret this, Reed," ringing in my ears. Lucas Reed doesn't scare easy. But Marlene's glare wasn't just anger. It was a promise. Our live stream of her emails had blown up. 200 neighbors watching her bully tactics exposed. Fines, green wave scams, all of it. Clara, my tech whiz ally, checked her phone as we hit the lot, her grin sharp. "It's viral, Lucas. Pinebrook's group chat's a war zone." Sam Torres, still shaky from calling out Marlene, whispered, "She's got my loan docs. Bank's in her pocket. I'm sunk." I gripped the USB, my charger's drain switch, a distant wind now. "Not yet, Sam. We've got her running." But my gut said Marlene, queen of Pinebrook Meadows, HOA, wasn't one to run far. Morning hit like a hammer. I was tinkering with Sparky's battery when Clara's van screeched in, her laptop already open. "Lucas, she's not playing small. Marlene's bank, First Meadow Trust, just froze Sam's account. Says it's delinquent. Total lie." I slammed my wrench down. "She's hitting him where it hurts." "There's more," Clara said, eyes blazing. "She's emailing the board, claiming you hacked her server, not me. Wants an emergency vote to fine you $1,000 for cybercrime." I laughed, more growl than joy. She steals my power. Now I'm the crook. My charger sign, "Unauthorized use may cause issues," felt quaint against this. We needed Sam's proof. I found him at his garage, tools scattered, his kid's bike half fixed. His face was gray, eyes darting. "Lucas, bank says I owe $15,000. Marlene's doing. I can't lose my house. Show me," I said. He pulled a letter. First Meadows logo. Marlene's signature as board advisor, demanding payment or foreclosure. Clara snapped a photo, muttering, "She's not advisor. She owns half the shares." Sam's voice cracked. "Why me? I just spoke up." "'Cause you're loud," I said, clapping his shoulder. "And she's scared of loud." Clara's plan was bold. Crash Marlene's bank meeting that night, where she'd push her fine on me. Sam hesitated. His kid needed him safe, but nodded. "For Mia," he said, his daughter's name a vow. First Meadow Trust's office was all glass and fake smiles. Marlene's stage. She stood at a conference table, red t-shirt screaming control, pitching to suits and HOA loyalists. "Reed's a menace," she said, her voice syrupy venom. "Hacking, disrupting our ecovision. $1,000 fines generous." I walked in, Clara and Sam flanking me, holding Sam's foreclosure letter. "Funny you mention vision, Marlene," I said, tossing the letter on the table. "Freezing Sam's account to silence him? That your community spirit?" The suits shifted, uneasy. Marlene's smile froze, her nails tapping. "You're out of line, Lucas. This is private." "Is it?" Clara plugged her laptop into their projector. Sam's letter, Marlene's emails, bank records flashed up. "You own shares, push foreclosures, then profit from Greenwave's upgrades. Private, huh?" Sam stepped forward, voice steady now. "She's killing my family. $15,000 I don't owe. Who's next?" A board member, Mrs. Chen, gasped, her own fine fresh. "Marlene fined my shop $5,000, same bank." The room split, half glared at Marlene, half at us. A suit stood. "This is unverified. Verify it," I cut in, sliding Clara's USB across. "Unless you're in her pocket too." Marlene lunged for the laptop, but Clara yanked it back, live stream still rolling. "Smile, Madam Chair. 500 views and climbing." Neighbors outside pressed against the glass, phones up. Mrs. Chen rallying them. Marlene's eyes darted, her throne wobbling. "You'll pay," she hissed, storming past. But Sam blocked her. "No, you will. My kid deserves better." The suits called security, shoving us out. But Clara's stream hit 1,000 views. Pinebrook was awake. Back at my duplex, Sam slumped against my charger, sign glinting. "She'll hit the bank harder now. My house." I nodded, the USB heavy in my pocket. Then we hit louder. But my cam pinged, a figure by my hedge, not Marlene, cutting wires. Her game wasn't over. It was darker, and we'd just raised the stakes. Marlene Holt's shadow loomed larger than her red t-shirt after that bank meeting meltdown. Her threat, "You'll pay." Now a live wire in my head. Lucas Reed doesn't flinch easy, but catching someone slicing my charger's cable on cam last night wasn't just bold. It was Marlene's middle finger. Clara's live stream had hit 1,000 views, exposing her bank scams. Sam's frozen account, Greenwave's shady deals. But Pinebrook Meadows was splitting fast. Half the neighbors rallied with Sam. The other half clung to Marlene's HOA crown. I checked Sparky's battery, my drain switch idle, and knew this war was about to get dirtier. Clara burst into my duplex at dawn, her laptop sparking with new dirt. "Lucas, Marlene's not slowing. She's got First Meadow Trust filing a lien on Sam's house today. Claims he's non-compliant with her eco plan." I gripped my coffee, the cam footage of that wire cutter replaying in my mind. Not Marlene's frame, too slim. "She's hired help now?" "Worse," Clara said, scrolling. "She's emailing Greenwave, wants your charger confiscated as unpermitted, says it's a safety hazard." I laughed, sharp. "She steals my power. Now it's dangerous? Cute." My sign, "Unauthorized use, may cause issues," felt like a paper shield against her. We needed Sam's fight. I found him at his porch, his kid Mia drawing chalk hearts nearby. His eyes were bloodshot, hands trembling. "Lucas, bank's sending appraisers tomorrow. Marlene's pushing foreclosure. Mia's school." He trailed off, voice breaking. "Show me the lien," I said. He handed over a notice. First Meadows stamp, Marlene's name as oversight chair. Clara snapped it, muttering, "She's burying him to scare us." Sam looked at Mia, then me. "I'm out of moves." "Not yet," I said, mind racing. "We take her to her own game. Tonight's HOA board review." Clara's eyes lit up. "The lien vote? She'll be there, gloating." Sam nodded, slow. "For Mia, I'll go." Pinebrook's HOA office was a pressure cooker by dusk. Marlene's stage rigged with her loyalists. Suits, clipboards, fake smiles. She stood at the front, her t-shirt a battle flag, waving Sam's lien like a trophy. "Mr. Torres violated eco standards," she purred. "Foreclosures for the community's good." I walked in, Clara and Sam at my sides, holding the cut cable, jagged ends glaring. "Community good, Marlene?" I tossed it on her desk. "Your goon sliced my charger last night. Caught on cam. That your eco plan?" The board, 6 neighbors, including Mrs. Chen, gasped. Marlene's smirk flickered, her nails clicking. "That's vandalism, Lucas. Prove it's me." Clara plugged her laptop in, my footage rolling. A hooded figure, but Marlene's Tesla parked nearby, eco-chick plate clear. "Same car you drove when stealing my power," I said, voice steel. Sam stepped up, holding his lien. "She's bankrupting me. 15,000 for shutters I can't afford. Who's safe with her?" Mrs. Chen stood, voice shaking. "She fined my shop $5,000. Bank's hers. I'm selling." A loyalist, Mr. Pike, snapped, "Sit down. She's keeping values up." The room split, shouts flying, half for Marlene, half against. Clara hit her phone, Live stream restarting. Let's ask Pinebrook. 2,000 views now. Faces popped up. Neighbors watching, typing, "Stop her." Marlene's eyes widened, her gavel slamming. "This is anarchy. You're banned, Reed." Sam blocked her path, voice raw. "You're done bullying Mia's future." Mrs. Chen grabbed Clara's laptop, zooming the cable cut. "This isn't leadership. It's sabotage." Security shoved us out, Marlene's scream following. "I'll own your duplex, Lucas!" But Clara's stream hit 3,000. Pinebrook was rioting online. Sam's kid waved from his porch as we passed, chalk heart glowing. "You okay, Dad?" He hugged her, whispering, "Getting there." Back home, my charger was dark, wires dead. Clara checked her hack. Marlene had emailed Greenwave. Seize Reed's property. Sam slumped, lean in hand. "She'll take my house first." I rewired the charger, drain switch humming. "Then we take her crown." But my cam pinged again. Not a cutter this time. A tow truck circling. First Meadows logo gleaming. Marlene's next hit was already rolling. Marlene Holt's tow truck circling my duplex last night wasn't just a flex. It was a warning shot. Lucas Reed doesn't buckle. But that First Meadow Trust logo, tied to her bank, screamed trouble. My charger's cut wires lay dead, a casualty of her hired goon. But Clara's live stream had Pinebrook Meadows buzzing. 3,000 views. Neighbors splitting between Marlene's HOA reign and our fight. Sam's lean, her plan to seize my property. Her Greenwave scam. It was all out. But Marlene wasn't done. I rewired the charger, drain switch humming, and stared at Sparky's headlights. This wasn't about kilowatts anymore. It was about her crown, and I wanted it cracked. Clara crashed my porch at dawn, her laptop a war machine. "Lucas, she's desperate. Marlene's calling an HOA emergency summit tonight to vote me out as chair, fine you $2,000, and auction Sam's house. Greenwave's bankrolling it." I gripped my wrench, the tow truck's rumble still in my head. "She's torching everything to save face." "Not everything," Clara said, pulling up an email. "She's slipping. Sent this to Greenwave. CC'd the bank by mistake. Admits the lien's fake. Says, Reed's charger proves we need control." Her own words. I grinned, sharp. Her noose. My sign. Unauthorized use. May cause issues. Felt prophetic now. Sam needed in. I found him in his garage. Mia's chalk hearts fading on the drive. His eyes were hollow. Lien notice crumpled in his fist. "Lucas, appraisers came. Marlene's bank says tomorrow they take my place." "Tomorrow's too late," I said, showing Clara's email. "Tonight, we end her." Sam's jaw tightened, glancing at Mia, coloring inside. "She's all I've got." "I'm in." Clara's plan was chaos wrapped in code. Hit the summit, expose Marlene's email, and turn her board against her. "Live stream's ready," she said, eyes gleaming. "Pinebrook's watching, 5,000 in the chat." The HOA summit was a circus, Pinebrook's community center packed. Marlene's red t-shirt a beacon of smug. She stood at a podium, her loyalists, Mr. Pike, 2 suits, flanking her, waving my fine like a flag. "Lucas Reed's a threat," she declared, voice honeyed venom. "Hacking, vandalism, rejecting our eco-future. His $2,000 fine funds progress. Mr. Torres's auction. Sad, but necessary." I strode in, Clara and Sam beside me, holding her email printout and my charger's cut cable. "Progress, Marlene?" I tossed the cable on her podium, wires sparking drama. "You cut my power, faked Sam's lien, and bankrolled Greenwave to steal our homes." The crowd, 50 neighbors, stirred. Marlene's smile cracked, her gavel trembling. "Lies! You're a criminal, Reed." Clara plugged her laptop in, the email blazing on a screen. "Liens, a tactic. Reed's charger shows we need control." Gasps hit like thunder. Sam stepped up, voice raw. "She's taking my daughter's home. $15,000 I don't owe. This, her eco plan. Mrs. Chen, shop owner, stood, waving her own fine. She's bleeding my business. $5,000 for nothing. Mr. Pike countered, red-faced. She's saving property values. You're all ungrateful. The room erupted, half chanting, resign, half defending Marlene's order. Clara hit her live stream. 8,000 views. Comments flooding. Sack her. I raised the email. Marlene owns the bank, rigs fines, and cuts wires to win. Who's the criminal? Marlene lunged for Clara's laptop, screaming, I'm chair. You're nothing. Sam caught her arm, steady. Not anymore. Mrs. Chen snatched the gavel, banging it. Vote. Marlene out now. The board froze, Pike sputtering, but neighbors roared. Vote. Clara's stream hit 10,000. Pinebrook's pulse online. A suit checked the email, pale. This implicates First Meadow. He nodded to Mrs. Chen. Call it. Marlene Holt, removed, Mrs. Chen declared. Fines cancelled, Torres Chen all. Cheers drowned Pike's protests. Marlene's face crumpled, her t-shirt deflated. You'll regret this, she hissed, storming out. But a cop at the door stopped her. Clara's hack had tipped the sheriff about bank fraud. We walked out, Sam hugging Mia, who'd snuck in. Dad, we're okay? She asked, chalk dust on her hands. Yeah, kid, he said, eyes wet. We're home. My duplex was quiet. Charger rewired, sign gleaming. Clara tallied the stream. 15,000 views. Green waves stock tanking. Marlene's done, she said, shutting her laptop. Bank's under audit. Sam dropped by, lean shredded. You saved Mia's smile, Lucas. I shrugged, coffee warm. You saved it, stood up. But it wasn't clean. Pike's crew glared from their lawns, muttering about troublemakers. My charger drew eyes, some grateful, some sour. Marlene's fall split Pinebrook deeper, values dipped, whispers of lawsuits lingered. I fixed the cable but kept the drain switch. Trust's a slow rebuild. Clara dug one last file. Marlene's cousin at Greenwave was fleeing, assets frozen. I mailed the email to the sheriff, no fanfare. My duplex stood, Sparky charged, quiet returned. Sam threw a barbecue, Mia drawing hearts on my drive. Mrs. Chen brought pie, her shop safe. You shook us awake, she said, smiling. I leaned on my fence, charger humming. Just wanted my plug back. Clara laughed, toasting with soda. You got more. Her crown. Pinebrook wasn't healed. Pike's side eyed us. Marlene's allies sulked. But Sam's porch light stayed on, Mia's laugh loud. I hung a new sign. Lucas's charger, ask nice. Not victory, just truth. Marlene charged her Tesla from her garage now. No glances my way. Fine by me. I'd learned, you don't fence a bully. You unplug her, 1 watt at a time. Y'all, that's the tale. Marlene Holt's HOA crowns dust. And my charger's still king. Pinebrook Meadows learned fast. You don't plug into Lucas Reed's juice and walk away smug. Clara's hacks, Sam's grit, and a cut cable flipped the game. Marlene's out, Sam's home, and Sparky's purring. It ain't just about kilowatts. It's about standing up when bullies like Marlene think they own your yard. We shook the cul-de-sac, but it's messy. Some neighbors cheer, some sneer, and that's real. Freedom's not a clean win. It's a fight you keep swinging for. Thanks for riding this wild zap with me. Hope it sparked a laugh or two. If it hit home, smash that like button. Keeps the circuits hot. Drop a comment. Ever tangle with a Marlene? Got a charger story? I'm all eyes. Swear. Share where you're watching from. Texas, Timbuktu, wherever. Let's see how far this buzz travels. Hit subscribe. We're not done frying bullies yet. Catch you next time. Plug in. Stay petty.